Welcome back, everyone, to another fun-filled, exciting episode of Altadena Talks, episode 293. I am one of your hosts, Mr. Rourke, and welcome to Fantasy Island. Just playing.
I guess I must be that too. Deep plane.
So, BJ, you gotta figure us out, man. We have fun. You know, it's not formal. People are going to jump on. They love the the humor we slap in. But today we got a special guest, and I'm going to let him introduce himself. Since he's a native of Pasadena, and everybody on here should know who this dude is. So I'm going to go ahead and take the floor, peanut butter and jelly. The PBJ.
Buddy, how you guys doing? This is your guy, PBJ. Pastor BJ of the Loveland Life Center Church in Altadena. I've been doing Loveland Community Development Corporation for this last year. We just kind of launched in after obviously what we've had to deal with. I've been watching these guys. We've been in a bunch of the same spaces and just finally figured out how do we get to the same place to talk about some of the stuff that we've been doing together. But phenomenal. I'm super, super proud of this podcast that was birthed out of our community, by our community, and we just love what you guys are doing, man. And so, I'm here. I was more than eager to jump on and see if I could contribute somehow into just what you guys have already built, what you guys are already doing. So it's a pleasure for me to be here.
Thank you, man. We're pleasure to have you here. Thank you for that. Yes, for sure. So, I mean, for those who don't know, obviously you would mention the fact that the organizations you're a part of. But why don't you tell us a little bit about your history in relation to Altadena, real quick?
Well, I was born and raised. We like to say Pasadena, but I was actually born and raised in Pasadena and Altadena, as you and I were talking about beforehand, before I really got my legs and got to be known from Pasadena. I grew up on Olive and Poppy Field, right next to the Williams family and Tilly and Kim and all those guys. And so I never ever could claim one or the other. It was always, I came up in the era of Dina Love. Like if you were from Pasadena, Altadena, it was just love. I don't care if you went to Muir, I don't care if you went to HS or Blair. It was all about just love for where we came from. I remember
Marshall too. Come on now.
Yeah, Marshall. I went to Marshall.
McKinley.
I actually went to Marshall. And it seemed that, the people from Loma Alta Park would come down to play baseball with the cats from Jackie Robinson Center. And so it was just all one thing. It was love. Now, if you weren't from Dina or the Dinas, you might not feel that love. But at some point, we were all Dina love. So I'm from that era. So I don't really understand a lot of the hating on the people above or below Woodbury and the gatekeeping and all that. I'm more of, I got love for everybody from where I come from. I've been around the world 4 times, bro. And I still always make it back home to, for the love that I have for Dina.
That's beautiful to hear, man. That's our perspective as well. Because, I was born and originally raised in Altadena, but I did also live in Pasadena as well. But to your point, it is about Dina Love. It's either one of them. It's both of them. It's everything, inclusive. So I appreciate you saying that. And it's important for folks to know that there is that love. So, you're a pastor. How'd your life go down to that path?
And listen, bro, I always say this. I didn't choose the ministry. The ministry chose me. Anybody
I've heard that many times.
From our area will tell you I was a hooligan. I did everything that you didn't want your sons to do. And then about in 1989, I had a chance meeting with Dr. Dre, and I spent the next 15 years traveling the world doing the music executive thing. So I did that for 30 years straight. And so either in the capacity of being part of one of the founders of Death Row Records or a consultant through my company, the Cure Network. And so we were responsible for breaking new artists and introducing them to the world. And so because, and that's somebody from a whole different neighborhood. And so because I've had so many different experiences with people across the globe, I never ever kind of, locked into one particular area. I never regionalized myself. I was always about letting people across the world know this phenomenal city that we come from, being Pasadena, Altadena. At that time, like I said, it was considered one to me. I never knew the difference. It was just all Dena. And so you asked, how did I become the pastor? I just saw, I've been in church 40 years of my 57 years on the planet. And so I saw things in different churches that I didn't like. It didn't make me feel comfortable. And so I've always been one of those ones that really wanted to be about helping other people and helping people figure it out. And so at the point that I had the opportunity and the freedom, I created a ministry that would allow people to come as you are. That's what we say, come as you are. But I would allow people to come as you are, and it didn't matter if you had the smell of weed on you or you chose an alternative lifestyle. That didn't matter to me. I just wanted to get people to the medicine, And so we went through scrutiny because of that. But the reality is we birthed this phenomenal ministry called Loveland Life Center. And it's, before you know it, we had over 300-400 members there doing our deal right in the city of Altadena.
Man, that's powerful. That is really powerful. I'm glad to hear that. So how did that?
Let me say this. I know how I don't like to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to create an atmosphere where everybody is somebody. You know what I mean? You really consider how you treat people. And especially I've learned just in this, coming from where we come from, that everybody don't treat people well. You know what I mean? So we can't be responsible for everybody, but we can be responsible for our portion of what we give to. Like I said, it hadn't always been perfect. I haven't always had the best of output, but at the point that I knew better, I wanted to do better.
Mm-hmm.
And so I made myself available to make that change apparent.
Man,
well,
that's
how we come from an era, and all of us can attest. We come from a bagging era.
Yeah.
We snatching on you, crumbing on you, we snapping. So if you couldn't hang with it, you better learn.
Yeah.
Because this was every day.
Yeah.
So going into adulthood, and I'm gonna say, when I say adulthood, I'm saying past 40.
Yeah.
Because I'm still bagging on you at 35. That's just how we did it. Family reunions, school reunions.
Right.
Oh man, you still fat? You know how we are, but it's all in love. It's all love. It ain't like we're trying to kill you or something like that.
Right.
But later on, you realize some people aren't going to take that like they did when they were younger. So you got to dial it back. So I understand where you're coming from when you say that. It's like, people aren't treating other people as they should. And we have to get out of that mentality of how we used to be. Yeah. Because how you see that old homie and you see him a long time and you're like, he's going to say something about you. So you say it first, not knowing that this dude could have changed his ways and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. What's funny, Brian, that you say that, when MySpace started really popular, right? And I had somebody inbox me, if it was called inbox back then, Messenger.
Yeah.
And so, I was happy to see the cat and just was elated to see this particular person, right? And then the person went on to tell me how I bullied him in school.
Wow.
And so as to your point, crumbing on somebody or jonesing somebody or doing this thing, not really realizing the impact that it left on the person who didn't win. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
Sure,
We didn't
sure.
win. That's
Or-
basically what it was.
If I would have ever realized that they felt like I was doing them that way, I wouldn't have ever, that's not my heart. I don't have a heart to hurt people. You know what I mean? And so but being when you 6'6" and you over 300 pounds, like everything's gonna come across as, you bullying somebody because they can't whoop you. You know what I mean? And so
that was pretty much it.
When
I
learned,
wasn't scared of people like you. I would eat you up and run.
Hey, nobody ever took you as you're gonna beat somebody down. They took you.
No. But my quick quips was eating people alive, and so I had to watch. I had to be like, you gonna catch me in class.
Right. For sure.
But no, I get it because I went through something like that. Somebody just told me recently, you used to pull my hair in class. I said, I don't even remember doing that.
Right.
Wow.
And so, I had to really go back, and I got a great memory, but I actually liked this girl, so I would have never pulled her hair.
That's probably why you did pull her hair.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you didn't know how to talk. Boys didn't know how to talk to girls. They didn't have game yet.
My mother said the one that messed with you the most liked you the most.
Exactly.
So
she didn't get the memo.
we all have that story, by the way. I see one of our childhood friends right now, and she's like, "Boy, you were terrible."
I probably see what you're talking about too. We all went through that. I mean, it was phases. It was like your elementary school phase, your junior high school phase, your high school phase, and then of course we went to second high school, which was PCC. Because you still with the same people.
I thought you was talking about Foothill.
No. Well, that's a whole different. I had to go to Foothill in 7th grade, and I remember Rodney Bobo and them made me smoke cigarettes in the bathroom, and I said, "Why are you making me smoke cigarettes?" And this is what they told me. So if we get busted, your breath smell like cigarettes too.
Oh, I do not approve this part of the podcast.
It's just recollection.
Do with this part.
This is just recollection.
I'm just going back to Foothill. It's like, why y'all making me smoke cigarettes? This is where you can't snitch on nobody. Somebody coming in, who's smoking cigarettes? I'm like, I'm looking over here.
So, Pastor BJ, I'm gonna kind of reel it back in just for a second, and we can go wherever. It's all fun. We love this. So the Come As You Are philosophy, I know it definitely worked for your ministry. How did that turn into Loveland community development?
Well, I
and what is that?
A few years ago, just because I went through USC, I graduated from USC, and they were teaching us that if you plan on going into ministry, that you wanted to create your nonprofit and you wanted to create LLCs. So I had created the LLC 4 or 5 years ago. I didn't put it into launch until January 7th. And so I did a press conference. I don't know if you guys ever seen the footage. I did a press conference, the very first huge press conference with the governor and the mayor and all of the to-dos. I was leading the press conference. And everybody that got up there and spoke said, nonprofit, we're looking to partner with nonprofits, nonprofit, and it clicked. Well, I am a nonprofit 2-3 times over, and I have nonprofit in great standing just sitting there, and I knew that we were going to get busy doing this work. Now watch this. I will tell you, I had no idea what this work consisted of.
I believe it.
Halfway in the middle, I was like, what in the world did I commit to? I don't know what I'm doing. But the problem is, well, the good problem was, boom, I was on TV 2-3 days after the fires. And then boom, I was on Jennifer Hudson's show talking about our experience from the fire. And it became a global deal. And so me not being scared of a challenge, and I have phenomenal family and phenomenal team, said, okay, well, we don't know what it is, but let's get busy. Let's figure it out. And we became, from that instant on, Church Without Walls, because we were actually supposed to, the fires happened on Tuesday, we were supposed to go back into Loma Alta the Sunday before.
Oh,
and
wow.
just scheduling conflict, it didn't happen. But look what would have happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they say God protects babies and fools, right? And so
Yep.
I'm too old to be a baby, so you can figure the rest out. So the ministry became actually just us getting out here. I will tell you, we had no experience in this.
I don't think any of us did.
Yeah, I will tell you that it hurt me. Now, I live in Rancho Cucamonga. You follow me? I don't live in Altadena. I haven't lived in Pasadena nor Altadena in 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you, since the fires, there has not been more than 10 days that I haven't been in the city. Since the fire, just doing everything that we could possibly do to lend our hand at helping. You get it? And so from the very beginning, we jumped in that Dina relief thing, and I was putting water in cars and all that stuff and collecting the clothes. And I learned very fast that this is not my lane. I can do more help than helping load people's cars up. And so we've had some really, really in-depth conversations with the governor's office, partnered with them on some things, and have behind the scenes been making sure a lot of people have places to live, furniture, all the things that you can imagine when somebody loses everything. And so I will tell you this, since you asked, there's a difference between preachers and pastors. I'm not a preacher.
Okay.
I'm a pastor. The difference is preachers are talented. They're more about performance, and you know what I mean? They could put on, deliver a message that'll have you running around the church. A pastor is about people. You get it? Pastor figure out how to deal directly and strengthen folks in the name of God. And so I'm more of a pastor type than the performance type. And so, a lot of stuff that we've done, you wouldn't even know it was us doing it. Because we wasn't doing it for that. We weren't doing
by design, I'm sure.
Yeah, we weren't doing it to be in front of the camera and all that. And I will tell you, just until recently, we hadn't gotten any funding for the whole year. We hadn't gotten any funding. Everything that we've done, including the Youth Empowerment Festival that we did at City Hall, the Rose Bowl deal, all these things that you've seen, Loveland, our motto is look for the heart, because our logo is a heart. All these places that you've seen us doing has been out of pocket, out of our church savings and all that. And so it's just what I feel we were supposed to be doing.
Man. So how have you grown since then, as well as your team? How have you seen them kind of change over the course of this year plus, as a result of what they've been doing?
Yeah, my daughter worked deeply at USC. Our other daughter worked for UCLA, crazy as that sound. She retired years ago. Everybody retired and worked full-fledged now doing nonprofit work. I was doing some still consulting and entertainment and all of that. I stopped everything to do this full-time. My daughter is actually the CEO of the organization, told me, I want to do this full-time. And retired from where she was at USC, and she had a pretty nice deal going at USC. Retired from there to come, and because she would always say, well, my dad, this is where my dad was from. It's my dad's legacy. So I want to protect my dad's legacy. Now, my younger son has partnered with her and us, actually. And so we're running a family business. And that's always been my dream. I thought it would be, I have a life insurance firm that's huge. And so I thought that they would all come and do that with me, not knowing that God was going to show us another path in this, dealing with our nonprofit.
Man, how special is that? I mean, that's a beautiful thing, to be able to work with the family the way you wanted, but not the way you want, the way you thought, right? Man, that is amazing. So, I know you weren't trying to get the notoriety, and we're going to talk about your event coming up. But before we get to that, I just wanted to see if you could mention, and I know it wasn't again for the notoriety, but what were some of the other things that you were doing behind the scenes? You mentioned, providing furniture and a couple other things, but I'd love to know a couple of the other items or services you guys were providing.
Yeah. So I linked up with LA Fire Justice. These guys that came to town. So what happened was, right after the fires, all the lawyers showed up.
Oh yeah,
and
we talked about that.
To take advantage of our community, right? And I'm thinking it's all good. I'm talking about I met Al Sharpton, I met Ben Crump, I met all these people, and then you started to see the Jacob and Ronnie and the accident attorneys and all that. And so I was like, whoa, wait a minute. What's going on? Like, what? You guys are not, how you gonna help us deal with this? Then contractors from everywhere started to show up. So then I became this guy. Like, you're not gonna just come in my community and take advantage of my community. And so these no shameless plug, I found some people who really, really had an interest for helping us protect our community. They were here, they've been here. And so I linked up with some people, and they had experience in this fire disaster world.
Okay.
We were able to teach us, well, this is going to happen. This is what Southern California Edison is going to do. This is what they're going to say. Expect this. Don't be surprised by that. And so I'm one of those people that if I'm not the expert in it, I get next to the expert so they can tell me how to deal with it, because we were going to be here dealing with it anyway. And so I've learned some things through some great relationships that weren't even there until this happened. It's amazing for as sad as this is, all of the great birthing that came out of this, just working, collaborative efforts, and people who really have I've never seen humanity like this until this event. You know what I mean? Now, I will tell you, does that mean it's all good? No. Does that mean that every pastor is working together? No. Does that mean that there's not gatekeeping and people stopping you from getting? No, it doesn't mean that. But, you have to ask the reason, why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why aren't you staying just in the comforts of your comfort? And so if it means that much to you, you'll get it done anyway. You'll figure it out anyway. And then when you live your life like me by spirit, God is going to direct us in the place that he wants us to be anyway, because I'm not doing it for me. This is not about making. Somebody told me you would have more if you were in front of the camera instead of behind the camera. If people could recognize who you were, but we weren't doing it. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, watch this. There was an apartment building. I'm sorry, I just go on one. There was an apartment.
It's fine.
Of there's people who lost power. This is one of the things you ask, and you'll find out, knowing me, that I'm not too good about big upping myself. Okay. But there was an apartment building that was full of people who lost power. So me and my partners got together and we went and bought 30 generators, cost $2,000. Just so these people can have power, right? So somebody said, okay, that was a great thing to do. Let's have a press conference in front of the apartment building and bring all the attention to it. And I was like, let's, right? Then it dawned on me that the apartment building is full of immigrants. If you bring the press to this apartment building, shortly after, the other people are going to come and sweep all these people out of the apartment.
Right.
Or steal the generators.
You got to have a mix of spiritual sense, a mix of educational sense, and to be honest, some street sense too, that will tell you, oh no, we don't want to do that. We're going to create more of a problem than, we're trying to help, but we will create a problem. And so that was one of the things. We've given cars away. get what I'm saying? Let's watch this. Right after a couple of family members, well, not even family, we call everybody from our neighborhood family.
Yeah, exactly.
Lost everything. Imagine me, big old me, in Target, buying a 70-year-old lady panties and bra and panty liners and stuff like that because she lost everything and don't have the capacity to move around. She don't have money. She don't have any of that. And so at one point I parked on 120th. I don't know if you guys knew that. I parked on 120th and Crenshaw by Starbucks and just lied and said, look, my city is burned down. I don't know what to do. I need some help. I got some people. People just started pulling up. I stayed there for hours. Before I knew it, my van was filled up with stuff that ended up being a blessing to other people.
That's dope.
So I figured out how many people were willing to help. We just put it on a grander stage and made it more apparent. And so, man, you got people that have never been to our city who came to help.
Yep.
Help me. And when I told them how uncomfortable I was trying to envision the lady's bra size, showed up, bro, and was like, listen, give me her phone number, stay right here, you don't move, and we'll get it done. So that's what I mean when I say we came together and worked. We figured out a way to get through this. That was always the Dina Strong is not a new thing.
Nah.
It's not a new thing. Dina Strong goes back to we be competing against each other, and everybody at McDonald's that night
afterwards. Yep.
No matter what school you was from.
Lucky Boys.
Yeah, Lucky Boys.
Right.
Lucky Boys for you rich kids. We was at McDonald's. We was at.
No, Fatburger across the street was for the rich kids.
Yeah, but I mean, when I say, love, it goes back to the carports and the projects. It goes back.
No doubt.
It goes back to gyms. It used to be that I know we don't like to talk about it. If you didn't have a picture with Pete, you wasn't no fly girl. If you was our neighborhood, you know what I mean? It's
It's
been going on a long time.
The wicker cheers.
Yes, the wicker.
Yeah, man. You got to be able
to what that was called.
Know about the wicker chairs.
Oh yeah, we all are.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta remember, every picture any girl took with Pete, it was in the wicker chair.
Was in the wicker. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's so sad. I'll say this with you fellas, it's so sad to have so much love for a community that from the standpoint of the top tier don't have love for you back. It seems as if, you know what I mean, this would have been an easy thing to do from the higher ups, but it took us, the people who grew up there, to say, no, wait a minute, this is our town, this is ours. You would have thought that everybody would have said, hey man, let's get together and make it happen. And some did, but the ones who really, really had the pen to be able to make it easy,
they did not.
So, even so much to, well, don't stay out the politics part of it, but who didn't show up in our community? We had to.
Yeah.
So
politics definitely get in the way when it comes to things like this all the time. Yeah. So I'm thankful for your organization and you doing what you did, and the multiple other organizations and people who pulled together to make some stuff happen. Because, just like what we talk about on here when we have builders, there's over 6,000 homes that were, destroyed. So no one builder can actually build all the homes back in a timely manner. So therefore, in the same light, no one group can actually help the community by themselves. Right. So it does take a collective, a big group of folks to do that. And I'm glad that you were one of them. And definitely, again, glad you're on the show. What I'd like to do, if you don't mind, is let's fast forward to what's happening this Sunday. Let's talk about what you guys have going on Sunday, and where it is. Well, we talked about that. So what it is and what people can expect to have happen there.
Cool deal. We have been working, meaning all of us, have been working to help people rebuild what was lost. right?
Mm-hmm.
So many times we talk about the structures, we talk about the brick and mortar. That's like before we got on, I asked you two fellas, how are you guys? How are you guys holding up? Because like Brian said, we just got busy, and you stay busy so you don't have to live in the thought of what you lost in loneliness and who you lost and so on and so forth. So we created this Healing Through Feeling, which is a gathering that happens every month. We've done it a couple of times already. And so what we're doing is building up the person. We want to build back the morale, build back we don't even use the term mental health. We use the term emotional wellness. And so we want to get back people comfortable emotionally. Created an atmosphere at the collaboratory where you could come there. You could, last time they had a sound bath there. We have therapists who are there that will speak to you openly and speak to you privately. We have these t-shirts and books. It's just a number of things. So that happens on Sunday. And tomorrow, my daughter's organization, the Honey Buns, she's been mentoring young girls who have suffered loss in Altadena too, and she's doing that at the same place. So, man, we just doing what we feel. I always say ministry is like this. How would you want, what do you give somebody what you would want somebody to give you? You know what I mean? Like, and so if we're broken, I say this, I'm no good if I'm no good. So if I don't take care of me, if I don't take care of me emotionally, if I don't take care of me spiritually, if I don't take care of my health, how healthy can I be to you if I'm unhealthy?
I wholeheartedly get it. I've reiterated that same concept. It's just like when you're on the airplane. When those air masks, oxygen masks come on, you got to do you first before you can help anybody else.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely no good if you're not any good. So I agree with you.
You know, I love this. I love the fact that we came on and accepted to come on. I represent a whole team, man. It's just me talking, but I represent a whole behind the scenes team that never get in front of the camera. But I will tell you, man, that what you guys are doing, whether people tell you or not, whether you get accolades or awards or not, is life changing. You know what I mean? No matter who we are personally, we understand that Brian is a jokester, but in this scenario, nobody has taken it funny, and everybody has grabbed a hold to it to where people are talking. People recognize the work. You guys are 200-300 shows in. That's 200-300 days out of your life that you committed to helping our city get back. And so you know, if you're anything like me, you have a hard time receiving accolades. But from me to you, man to man, from me to man to men, I truly appreciate what you guys are doing for our community. You probably don't realize it, but years and years from now, maybe when they're gone, they'll write books about what we all did, how we showed up times like now.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the ultimate movie on Altadena, you know, combining everybody's strengths.
Yeah, but even in that, somebody is going to feel slighted. You know what I mean? And so watch this. I really pray that people get a chance to experience something like what you guys are doing, what we're all doing on a scale to, you know, that's just amazing. You guys are the CNN or the, you know, remember this. All those major networks started off as a bright idea.
Yeah.
Showing up.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if people don't reach out to you guys and say, hey, y'all, come sit down. Netflix, let's have a conversation. Maybe it's going to watch. There will be.
We're trying to make our own Netflix.
you know.
I appreciate it. So, Pastor PJ, let me say thank you. I receive your words I'm definitely not one that takes, any sort of, I don't like to big up myself. Brian will tell you all the time. I'm always trying to be behind the scenes, you know, get in the camera. I mean, I'll do stuff. I got no problem getting in front, but if I don't have to, let me just do what I got to do. I'll help out. I'll do whatever you need. You can just put me in a footnote, personally. But this is pretty much changed, overall my life. It's not something I would have normally done. And it took the disaster for me to be like, okay, let me go ahead and come out front and let me do some stuff. So I received that. But I am also glad, like we mentioned, that we are not the only ones that are doing whatever it is that we thought we were going to or needed to do to help out. But you and all the other groups who have actually been helping Altadena Rises, I can't even, I'm drawing a blank right now, but there's so many neighborhood savants and all these kind of groups. It's amazing to see how everybody pulls together.
Yeah. Hey, our motto for the Healing Through Feeling, our logo is the Phoenix. If you know anything about
bring it back up.
If you know anything about the Phoenix came from the ashes.
Yeah.
And
it had to go through the fire.
Had to go through the fire. It had to go through everything that it went through. And so just small in what you're saying, you had to go through what you had to go through for you guys for this to be birthed. I had to go through what I had to go. Everybody who you see doing stuff came out of, even though we were already doing things already, it came out of this, what we call catastrophe. And so, wow, what greater way to show togetherness. Yeah.
The funny thing is, I don't think I would have even been doing what I was doing for this if I hadn't lived here and went through it. If I would have lived in any other city and saw my city burn, I'm not quite sure how I would have felt. I don't know if I would have stepped up. I don't know if I would have been here every day. But going through it, and it actually made me appreciate things like Katrina. And the need for media to be there covering stuff daily, because you saw what happened in February. Media left. Yeah. They were on the better things, according to them.
The next catastrophe.
Yeah. Just like we're following San Antonio flood, we get 3 days of the information and nothing after that.
And then nothing after that.
And this is why it's so imperative for we just came up with what we call Disaster Voices Lab. And what that does is that's going to be the prototype for somebody to go to in case they had a disaster in their community. This is what you do. This is where you start. You just need a phone and internet. This is how you gather. Follow groups on Facebook. Get to know them. Get to go into all these events. Cover them. Every city that has a disaster needs somebody like what we're doing, a program like that, because we're still here, because we're dedicated and we want to make sure. We've announced there was over 1,500 events last year. We announced 750 of them. Every day we're on here trying. This whole show really started off with light banter and then announcing events going on around town. So you have a one-stop shop to come to go find stuff.
That's been the most consistent part of this show, was the announcements.
Right.
and then we added other things.
You said that I don't know if I would have showed up. You would have showed up because it's in you.
I don't know if I would have been in this capacity, though. I mean, I probably would have been helping and volunteering and stuff, but I don't think I would have stepped up, because here's the thing, BJ. I lost everything. So now I know how everyone feels. So I can come at it from that perspective. If I would have been someplace else and lost nothing, I still would have helped, but I don't think I would have been in the capacity I'm in now.
Well, I'm telling you, from that other capacity, I'm in the position that you're not in. Mm-hmm. And I've been out there, not as much as you, but I've been out there some couple hundred days as well. And I didn't lose everything. Do you understand? But so that's why I know it's in you. We'll say this, and we didn't say this. I know our area is a weird, funny, obscure. It's a strange place, man. It's a bunch of strange fruit that comes from where we come from. And I will tell you, as much as people try to integrate hate in our cities, man, that place, right? Everybody's related. Somehow we cousins, Jamal. We just don't know that, you know what I mean? And so that'll never leave. It doesn't matter if you went to PHS. I'm sorry if you did. It doesn't matter if it's the Mirror, Marshall, or Blair, or Foothill. None of that matters. At the end of it, we all got love for our town. You know what I mean? And so
that is such the snub every time. I mean, we do kill people with that. I'm sorry you went to that other school.
I like you anyway.
Well, Steenie, who was actually on here, has been doing a thing every year during Turkey Tussle called Friends Before Foes. And it's just a reminder to tell us we all liked each other from 3rd grade to 8th grade. There was no division until you went to specific high schools. Then you learned the tradition of, I don't like that high school. And it had nothing to do with the school, it had everything to do with sports. Nope. It all culminated around the Turkey Tussle. So the Turkey Tussle became...
Before then, watch this. It had to do when Loma Alta started playing Jackie Robinson in baseball.
Oh, is that when it started?
And it spilled into the school. We're going to put half the kids at Muir and half the kids on the other side of town and make them rivals. And it still wasn't that we were issues until the girls got involved. We started wanting the attention of the girls. And so now you can't just talk to me. You can't just crumb on me like you normally would crumb on me. We got to fight. That fight happened at McDonald's on Friday nights.
Oh, it didn't just happen there.
It wasn't until we were trying to impress the girls that it became where I dislike, which was a bunch of nonsense anyway. And so
what's funny is
girls
even
talking
with
to other boys at other schools and the other girl finding out.
Even with all that happening, as we've matured, we all let that go, and it's nothing but love. It's almost like we went for love, and then there was a little craziness in there where there was rivalries and whatever. But the older we got, it's like we went right back to how we were when we were kids, because everybody, like we were saying, everybody grew up, they went to elementary school together, and everybody was together until they got to high school, and then that's when things splintered off. And then, like you said, the girls, and then the boys, and then the sports, and all that other stuff kind of factored in. It's kind of crazy. But man, no other place would I have rather have done this. And I've lived in a couple other cities, throughout that my growth, and nothing like Altadena, Pasadena area. Ladina love it's kind of crazy. So I'm just curious, with all the stuff that you guys got going on and that you have done, what's next for Loveland? What's on the horizons? You guys have anything else planned?
Yeah, our Youth Empowerment Festival last year, we serviced like 1,200 families, and it was all about the youth, because we did in the building and all of the recovery, the young people's voice kind of went away. So we created an atmosphere where the young people owned the day. And so we rented out City Hall, we brought in Tommy the Clown. I don't know if you guys remember that. We brought in Tommy the Clown, all of the cars, and we turned it into a carnival right in front of City Hall. So we're doing that again on the 4th. And we'd love for people to be involved. 4th, right? April the 4th, I'm sorry. Yeah, April the 4th. We'd love to get as many people involved. See, I'm one of those ones, I don't have to own it. I just want to put it together, and as many people can attach themselves to it as
benefit from it.
Yeah. So then we're doing a soundtrack for Altadena, just for all of the work. My background is entertainment, and so I'm still connected with some of the most notable artists across the country. And so I'm partnering with some producers to produce this soundtrack for Altadena.
Wow.
All of the proceeds going to help in the efforts of things that we need to do, and to buy I've gotten commitments from some major people that you know. And so we're doing that under the radar. um, and pulling in some people who are from our area too, so they could collectively, let's just say if it goes platinum or double platinum, now you have the credit of a double platinum project that you had, so I'm being very.
So that's something you guys are working on this year, or that's something that'll be, okay, it's not going to be done by the 4th.
Oh, no. It won't be done.
Okay, it's an ongoing project. Okay.
We will
That's
have,
nice.
we anticipate 2 singles to come out this summer that will majorly impact just to keep because like you said, all the media is gone. All the people, the opportunists are gone. Now who's here? Just the people who really doing the real work. And so we have to keep it in the street. We have to keep it in the media. And so I just, me and my team are just continually thinking about which ways we can, keep the word going, keep it relevant. One of our mottos is to stay real, raw, and relevant. So we want to keep the relevance of we not finished yet. This thing is 10 years getting everybody back home. And so
it's going to be about that.
We have an initiative called Build Back the Block where we are bringing using our philanthropy to bring businesses back. Because so many people lost and so many people have been trying to get people to help them. We got to get back to income. We got to get back to commerce. We got to get back to making money. And so this wasn't a pitch for my insurance company, but I'm looking to recruit people from that area to show them we teach how money works.
Sure.
Because a lot of these places where I was talking to some people to have some loan opportunities and all that's predicated on your income. So if you don't have the income, no matter what I do, what recommendations I make, if your income doesn't line up with it, it's still going to be a loss. And so a job fair is coming and a career fair, I should say, because I have some people who have career opportunities that, will help people immediately on the spot. And so, I just want to continue to partner with great people doing great things so we can bring great results.
Man, that's outstanding. We look forward to seeing all those good things that are happening, man. And I know you're not a psychologist or psychiatrist or what have you, but you are dealing and helping people with their emotional wellness / mental wellness. What are some things that you can suggest to people to help them out if they're not able to actually attend your event? Just some maybe practical things. We probably talked about them, but we'd love to hear different people's perspective on wellness.
Connect with us. Go to our website, and our website will put you in direct communication with therapy. You know what I mean? And so we just partnered with
what's the website?
LLCDC.org. www.llcdc.org. And so, connect with us on our website. We have newsletters. Our website is more about just resources. You can come there and you can find resources that you wouldn't normally be able to find. Then we have, thank you guys for putting that up. Then we have an app that you could also, for the youth, the young girls, my daughter has a Honey Buns app. So you can go right into your app store and download Honey Buns with a Z. Honey Buns with a Z, and download that app. And for all the youth and young girls who need to be connected to something, you could tap right in there and get all of the resources that you need. And if we don't have it, if it's not in there, we'll do what it takes to find what you need to make sure you have the connection, because we don't want anybody to be without.
Perfect.
So out of this, we created a tech company that my son runs, a Black tech company where we're doing apps. And so even when I saw Brian said to me, you need a group. I think he told me that we need a group, not just websites and all that stuff. And so I take all information. I'm one of those guys. I want to learn every single day, and I can learn from anybody.
Mhm.
So give me the information and I pass it along. I just want to be a great conduit so people will know, okay, well, I don't have to own it. Like I told you, if you guys have a great resource, yesterday, the governor's office was talking about, they just extended the amount of time that you can get for rental assistance. It was 3 months. Now it's been extended to 12 months. I don't know if you guys, okay. So it's 12 months and the amount went up. And so I said, you need to get that to me so I can make sure we get the information out to our people who love the help, but have moved 20 times in the last 365 days.
Main reason why we started this podcast, because of the fact that no one's in Altadena.
Say it again.
So the main reason why we started this podcast, because no one is in Altadena.
Right.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
So this is the only way that they can come together and find out what's going on in Altadena. And that's the main reason why I'm so glad that these events have happened. I mean, you guys putting on, everybody. This town has come together in a way that I've never seen a town come together in my life.
Right.
And we're going to be talked about for years. I mean, Palisades don't even get talked about like this. Hollywood Hills, they ain't even in the picture. I don't hear nothing about them.
Yeah.
But
doesn't it make you proud? It makes you proud.
Oh, of course it does. Because now, and the funny thing is, BJ, I've met more people that live in Altadena that I've never would have met, because how your people in your street that you live on.
Yeah,
but now we got street captains.
Yeah.
We got people who are coming together to gather numbers, and we always had our phone numbers on our street. I remember one lady left some stuff burning on the stove, and she locked her house. It was smoking. But they ran over and said, hey, Hank's mom's house is on, something's going on. I got the key. I ran over there, opened the door. She had left some onions burning on the stove. I pulled them out, put them in the sink, put water in them. The fire truck came. I said, no, we good. It was nothing. It was a false alarm. But the whole point is, had we not had that camaraderie, they probably would have kicked their door in, start putting water everywhere, and now you got a whole mess to clean up. So I feel that we have a different town than other people. Like, I talk to people that went to Crenshaw High. Some of my friends that I know from LA. You still talk to your friends from high school? I said, no. I still talk to my friends from 4th and 5th grade. That's who I have. Those same friends rode with us all the way, through school. So I'm proud of my town. I'm proud of the fact that we get to do this every day. Because I feel like I'm giving a service that, it's not hard to match, but it's hard to do.
Yeah.
So, to just have a commitment every day, to wake up every day. There's days I don't want to get up and do this.
Right.
There's days you don't want to get up. Sometimes I just want to go play golf. Oh, my golf club's burned up. The golf course burned up. Everything is just... you just got to go back and look at it and go. And even yesterday, guys, I went and said, I got that. Oh, I don't have that because it's gone. Thinking about that drive I had that had those videos on it that I needed. Oh, not that.
I took my cousin when this early on. My cousin Carl Jones. I don't know if you know Carl.
I think so.
That Ronnie's brother.
Yeah, that's Ronnie's brother.
Yeah.
That's my too. I took him to dinner early on, and so we came out of the restaurant. We all full and stuffed, and that 4 or 5 steps after you come out the door, and everybody's getting ready to go to their car, and you're like, all right, cool. And he said, "Damn." I said, "What?" I'm like, "What did I miss?" He was like, "I don't even have a home to go to."
Right.
Made it so real for me.
Yeah.
It made it so real for me. So I don't know nothing but to help try to help my people. I do what I would want people to do for me.
For me, yeah.
Watch this. I'll end it with this. One night I was watching something on TV. I'm just channel surfing like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I saw Bishop Noel Jones on this little cheesy podcast. It's not fly like y'all's with all the interaction. It was just it was a little cheap test, and I thought that it was not real. And at the bottom of it, it had a phone number. If you want to speak to the bishop, call in. So I don't got nothing to do at 3 o'clock in the morning. I call the number to see if it's a real number. The phone rings, Brian. And the dude said, "What? Hold on, we got a phone call." So I was just testing the waters. I wasn't really trying to get in the conversation.
Yeah.
So the guy answers, and I said, hello. He says, yeah. I said, you want to speak to the bishop? I said, no, I just wanted to see if the number worked. Watch this. The guy asked the bishop, he says, so there's so many people that see you out having a steak and a glass of wine, and you may be in a club or something, and they want to know, you as a pastor, why are you in places like that? Why would you be in a place like that and you're drinking and all that? And he said, listen, if I pastor a church of 25,000 people, I pastor people in their relationships, I pastor people in their loss, I pastor families how to stay together, children, youngsters in prison, all of that, right? Mm-hmm. And he said, I go home, I'm a single man, I go home to an empty bed while I'm helping you keep your relationship together. So the guy says, so what do you say to the people, the naysayers, who have something to say when they see you with a woman and see you having a drink? He said, if I decide to have a glass of wine with my steak, I'm scrutinized. So what do you say, Pastor? He said, I have this line changed my life. I have decided to serve while I suffer.
Gonna serve while you suffer.
In my own personal life, I'm gonna be serving people that need it more than me. Because no matter how you look at it, somebody's always doing worse than you are.
Sure.
You know, people that don't know you will see, oh, he dressed this way, or he drive these cars, or he do all this stuff. They don't know that that's the attention to let people know you can still be cool and still be a servant. You follow?
Yeah,
so, I get that all the time.
Yeah, it's something you're welcome. You're welcome to all over the world, and come to your own community and feel like, you know, the help is not appreciated. Yeah. I've decided to serve while I suffer. Remember, Jesus couldn't do many miracles where he came from, but he was known all over the world for how he helped. So you guys, man, I don't know if we out of time. Keep doing what you're doing. I would love to pray over you guys. I don't know if that's appropriate in this setting.
No, by all means, go ahead and do one. That way you'll reach everybody.
Dear Father God, I come now, Lord, to say thank you for another opportunity to say thank you, God. Thank you for your mercy and your grace, your love, care, and kindness. God, I thank you that how we started is not how we finished. I thank you, God, that you are really, really showing people the heart of these young men and women who come together daily to just help your people get to the medicine. God, we love you. We love you. We love you for the things that we don't understand, that nothing is a surprise to you. Continue to grow our platforms, continue to grow our organizations, and then whatever you see fit for us, God, wherever you see taking these opportunities, open the doors and let us give you praise in doing so. We'll be careful to give you honor. We'll be careful to give you glory, and we'll be careful to give you praise. Now, everybody that will see this, every family member, every loved one, every community leader, everybody that sees this, we ask, God, that you pour many blessings into them, to their families. Remind them that somebody somewhere is praying for them, and continue to keep us blessed. And we'll be careful to give you glory and praise. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, man.
Love you, man. I appreciate y'all.
I think that's the first prayer we've had on the show.
Yeah, it is. Yes, thank you so very much.
I'm not mad about it then.
It's funny that you chose to do it at this time, because we typically like to keep interviews around an hour, and we just hit that mark. But
divine intervention.
Right.
I am a professional.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. Thank you so much,
guys. Anytime, man, hit me up. I'll make myself available. And anything that you're doing that I can help with, and you think that I can help with, don't ever hesitate to call. Either I can or I can't. And if I can't, know somebody who can. And that's awesome. Yeah, we're proud of you. And remember this: most people will watch you and won't tell you. They won't even let you know that they're watching. But everybody's watching. And so remember this: you're always on stage. So act like you from somewhere. That's something your mama would say. Act like you from somewhere, and act like you represent some people. And man, you guys keep doing what you're doing. And I got your back 100%.
For sure, man.
That's like in the immortal words of Al Jarreau, we're in this love together.
Sure, man. Sure. All right, y'all. Y'all be well, man.
I appreciate you,
sir. As well.
God bless.
Seeing you soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You too. All right.
All right. Later.
All right, peace.
Wow, that was awesome.
Awesome. We always need community people to step up and come up and talk about what they're doing. And that's what this show is about. So if you know anyone that wants to appear on the show, that has something to say, that has accomplishments, or, just to talk about their plight, you can click on that link right there, altadenatalks.org /podcast guest. Forward cast.
Now you see what I go through every day.
Yeah, because I'm reading it, but I'm trying to I got another thought that I'm trying to say. So
I feel you. Trust me, I feel you.
Oh, it's funny.
So, yeah, that was cool. I'm surprised we didn't have Pastor BJ on earlier. I know there was there's always been a lot of activity since these fires, or this particular fire at Eaton. So I'm glad he was able to come on. This is a good thing. Ravon had made a comment earlier. I had just found it and I wanted to post it at the time. So thank you, Ravon, for making that comment, because we were, it was very pertinent early in the conversation. So just wanted to make sure.
Just so y'all know, I'm monitoring, and so is Jamal. While we're talking to you, we're looking at YouTube, we're looking at Instagram, we're looking at LinkedIn, and we're trying to, what other comments do not pop up automatically, we try to pop them up for you so that you can see that not only do we see your comments, but people are involved with the interactive portion of the show. So we appreciate everything. And Sini, thank you for your words of wisdom. And I saw Hope Now CRC popped in. If you guys don't know, that's Door 2's nonprofit, and she's been in the forefront even before this. So they've been right there on the corner of Woodbury and Lake. They turned it into senior and youth wellness now. So go over there, visit. They need donations. Majority of these spots, we've been telling you where to go get stuff from, but we also now need to tell you that these places need stuff to give away. So if you can, go buy toilet paper, paper towels, hand sanitizer, socks, stuff that is easily distributed to all races, ages, and genders. We just need it. So I'm going to let Jamal go ahead and segment that into what he's about to do.
I can definitely do that.
Can you dig it?
Can you dig it? Love it. Love it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the announcements. It's going to be a little different for a couple of these because like Pastor BJ, when he mentioned his daughter's thing, Honey Buns, I'd seen it. Didn't get a chance to throw it up on here, but I have it in a different format, so I'm going to try to include that stuff. But here we go. All I just want to remind everybody that the Emergency Rent Relief Program Phase 2 is currently underway. This time around, tenants can actually apply directly for their emergency relief, and the possibility of $15,000 per unit is available, and it's for past due rent or utilities and housing related expenses. And it's not a loan, and immigration status is not considered, just in case folks were wondering. The deadline for this is March 11th, and the website you go to apply is lacountyrentrelief.com. My Tribe Rise still has the Adopt a Survivor matching fund drive. They're trying to raise an additional $500,000 to get to their $1 million goal, so they can actually provide bridge funding for rent or mortgage coverage for up to 50 families. So if you're able to help with this cause, please donate by scanning the QR code on the screen, and that'll be very helpful. And then Rooted in Rhythm has a culturally rooted Black History Month line dance and wellness gathering for the community members of Altadena and Pasadena. It's created to support those impacted by the Eaton fires. It's happening today from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. in Pasadena. And you can expect dancing, music, food, and wellness support and resources, along with community connection. In order to register, you definitely want to scan the QR code, and that'll allow you to register and also get the details on where this is located. So we're noticing several groups are doing this. So you get the info once you register, just to make sure that people register and don't just show up without registering. Then Sasha Renee Perez has a Know Your Rights Altadena happening today from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Eden Fire Collaboratory at 540 West Woodbury Road in Altadena. Join her and those who are in attendance for an update on key legislative proposals and information about relevant state resources and services available to the community. Also, they will provide an Know Your Rights training to help attendees understand the protections under the existing law. Also tomorrow from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., also at the Collaboratory, is a financial rebuilding seminar. There's going to be many different agencies that'll be there, like the LA County Assessor's Office, to help you understand rebuilding standards and assessments, the SBA or Small Business Association to help with repair, rebuild, and mitigation, Legal Aid Foundation of LA to help you rebuild contracts and avoid contractor scams, the United Policyholders to help you navigate insurance and the scope of loss, and understanding the hidden costs of rebuilding. Now, this is for residents only. It's not a trade event, and there will be no solicitation or professional services offered, including contributions or legal services. So it's a great place to actually get some true help without being, kind of asked for business. You know what I mean? There is a grand opening of a coffee shop called Bevel Pasadena. It is happening tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. The location is 1866 North Allen Avenue in Altadena. It's going to be from 9 to 11 again, free custom embroidery on any t-shirt purchased. At 9 to 12, there'll be tacos, casa, serving food. 10 until sold out. There'll be Altadena beverage and
harassed.
Huh? What'd you say? Pain Beware serving bread, and Altadena Beverage will also be serving cocktails. So starting at noon, normal ice cream and yellow paper burger, serving food and desserts. That's interesting. So if you're interested in checking them out and carrying them on with the grand opening, please definitely go check them out. 1866 North Allen. Now this, Marcus, I finally figured out. Oh, no, not this one. Is it this one? Well, I'll leave it up here. So Masters of Taste, and I have a second one coming up. I'm going to remove one in the future. But Masters of Taste is LA's premier food festival, bringing together the region's most talented chefs, restaurants, wineries, breweries, and spirit brands for one unforgettable evening at the Rose Bowl Stadium. It's going to be Sunday, April 19th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on the field of the Rose Bowl. Now, the reason we have this is because MOT, or Masters of Taste, is not just a food festival. It's a way to give back to the community, and all proceeds benefit Union Station Homeless Services and its mission to provide housing solutions and critical services while meeting people where they are. And we know early on and throughout this past year, not just in the beginning, but throughout this past year, Union Station Homeless Services of Pasadena has actually been doing a great deal of providing a great deal of help to the folks of Altadena. So definitely want to promote this and give you to go ahead and participate in this. The next slide that I have for this has the QR code. This is one that I forgot to remove because I was testing it. So sorry for the long-winded explanation, but that's what it is. So there's a Altadena Musician Showcase happening tomorrow also. The doors open at 6:45. It's at 1260 Lincoln Avenue, Suite 1300 in Pasadena. There's going to be a number of artists such as Courtney Lavender of Excess and Arrows, David Kaiser, Komet, McConville, Margot May, and Buck Down. So definitely check this out. If you're interested, they are suggesting a $10 donation at the door, and this is to benefit the fire-impacted musicians.
There's so many things going on tomorrow.
Oh, I know. And Altadena Cars and Coffee is happening again. It's going to be from 8 to 10 p.m. or 8 to 10 a.m. I'm sorry, at the Bulgarini at 749 East Altadena Drive. This has really turned into a very popular gathering. So definitely check it out if you have the time to be out there in that morning.
Also, don't go off this flyer yet. You know, if you guys aren't familiar with the Bulgarini, the owner put the Altadena Cars and Coffee under his insurance so that they would be allowed to be in the parking lot. And he also lost his home as well. And they just opened their restaurant back up. So if you want to support, go eat at the restaurant. Simple as that.
Yeah, good point. What kind of food is it?
This is Italian food. So they also have gelatos. They have great steaks, Italian pastas.
Yeah, shoot, gelato might be good tomorrow. It's gonna be warm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're open that early. I think that's from 8 to 10. I'm not sure if they're even open yet.
Okay, good point though. Thank you for sharing that. I haven't been to Bulgarini, but I'll definitely check them out.
I haven't either. I've been to the Greek restaurant across the way from it. But...
Cool, great point. And there is a groundbreaking ceremony also happening tomorrow from 10 to 12 p.m. at the main branch, 600 East Mariposa Street, at the main branch library. So let's come together to celebrate the new chapter for the Altadena Main Library. That should actually be fun.
Yeah, they sold all the furniture last weekend.
Oh, I know. I saw that. That's a
computers
trip.
and everything. I mean, Macs were going for $150. iMacs. So the beautiful thing about an iMac, even though they were 2013 computers, Mac has not changed the way they do things for decades. So buying an old Mac is the equivalent to buying a 3-year-old PC.
Gotcha. And then Hands in the Soil presents the Through the Fire procession. It's a community walk of remembrance, healing, and return. It's happening tomorrow, beginning at 9 a.m. at Loma Alta Park. It's not a protest or parade. It is a ceremony in motion. And they do want you to RSVP, and you can do so by going to handsinthesoil.com/through-the-fire. And then also tomorrow, as we've indicated, a lot of stuff going on. From 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Altadena Girls location will be the bulk rebuilding group called Building Blocks, put on by the Altadena Collective. And it's going to be at 225 East Colorado Boulevard. So it's stay together, save together. The more people that come together, the lower the price of your home. So once you register, and spaces are limited, so please scan the QR code to register. You'll be able to learn some basic information like survivor-centered process, wildfire prepared designs. The design options are Spanish, bungalow, Jane's cottage, and modern homes. And for those who didn't see what Chris was on a couple days ago and was able to share and talk a lot about this, and then quality schedule driven construction. So join them for the kickoff event. There'll be multiple events that'll happen after this, but this is the kickoff. And he did indicate that he'll be making drinks as well. So check it out. It should be pretty good info.
I'll be there.
You'll be there. And then the grief party, grief and loss, vision board experience provided by Dr. Tamitra Clark is happening also tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at Deliverance Tabernacle Church, 1299 Sunset Avenue in Pasadena. Let me do this. I always have to do this. Sorry, guys. My vision. To register, you want to call 626-328-7794. And if you'd like to be a sponsor, you can Zelle donations to 626-399-6784. Now, there is a $100 fee, which does provide you the vision board, supplies, facilitation, support, as well as light snacks. And Dr. Clark wants you to know that financial support to attend the workshop may be available, so don't be discouraged by the fee. Your healing is absolutely worth it. And this is actually designed to help you receive support and healing as you gain tools to embrace the pain, honor the loss, and live intentionally, giving your grief a place to live and not hurt. Oops, went the wrong direction. Also tomorrow from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. at Friendship Pasadena Church, which is at 80 West Dayton Street in Pasadena, will be the We Out Here Black History Celebration. There's going to be contractors, vendors, food, and live music. There's going to be multiple things going on, such as community listening session. The topic will be why weekly food access must continue. There will also be the free farmers market for fire impacted families, so make sure you bring your IDs. There'll be honoree recognition celebrating Black history makers of Altadena and Pasadena. There'll be a kiddie zone with jumper, arts, and crafts, as well as gift card raffles every single hour. It is limited space, so please scan the QR code if you're interested in participating in this. Also tomorrow from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Connect to Rise Incorporated, which is at 2594 East Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena, will be a movie night. And the movie that we'll be showing will be The Wiz. There's going to be free food and refreshments while they last. So, and it's open to the public. So please go on out and join folks to watch The Wiz. It's always a classic. And then Music Changes Lives presents their latest Heal Dina community distribution event. It's happening tomorrow at Metropolitan Baptist Church. The volunteers who help will get there at 8:30 with the doors opening at 10:30. This church, Metropolitan Baptist Church, is located at 2283 North Fair Oaks Avenue in Altadena. And then as we had Pastor BJ discuss the Healing Through Feeling, an emotional wellness experience that doesn't feel heavy, put on by Loveland Community Development in collaboration with Neighborhood Savants. It's a supportive space for youth, families, and individuals impacted by the Eden Fire. Now, he did mention this is at the Collaboratory, the Eden Fire Collaboratory, at 540 West Woodbury Road or Avenue in Pasadena. So you do have to register though, because it is limited space. So scan the QR code, or you can actually go to llcdc.org/Altadena. And just a few things to expect: a relaxing, holistic wellness experience, food, raffle, and community connections, guided support for caring and licensed professionals, and comfortable age-appropriate space for youth and adults. And the first 25 individuals or families receive a gift card. So definitely check this out. There's a lot of great stuff happening tomorrow. And here's the final flyer that I had for the Masters of Taste. And it actually has the QR code. As I mentioned before, it is an event that allows you to taste a lot of great food from restaurants, wineries, and breweries, but it also benefits Union Station Homeless Services. So if you scan the QR code, you can actually get your tickets. Remember, it's on the field of the Rose Bowl, so it should be a pretty good event. And with that, I will bring Brian back. That is it for the flyers today, as has been the case. Usually by the end of the week, we have a full list of stuff happening on the weekend. And my apologies, this particular event, the Loveland event, is actually happening on Sunday. Let me go
by
back.
itself.
I thought that was Saturday. I had said Saturday. Sorry. So it's Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m. at the Eden Fire Collaboratory. All right.
And it looks like the only thing happening on Sunday.
Thus far, yeah, that's the only thing I saw.
So they picked a good day.
Yeah. That's right.
All right. Well, I think we gave all the shout outs that I found on Instagram, as well as some of the other things.
Let me check and see if anybody else said something on my Facebook. Nope.
Yeah, they probably did on mine, but I'm doing so many things I can't see stuff. Usually pops up though. So.
Cool. Well, man, another week down. Again, episode 293. It still blows us away. And how many of these or how these add up so quickly. We'll be at 300 very soon, ready to jump into the next season.
Ready to party.
Yeah, Funky Fresh, Dressed to Impress, ready
to party.
I don't know why that's one of my favorite lines.
That's funny.
I love it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Got to hear from Pastor BJ. Got to hear the announcements. We got to be a little silly here and there as usual. Oh, I forgot to do this. Hold on, let me do this. It is Friday. We have our traditional things that we like to do for each of these special days, and of course, today is one of them. And why is this not coming up the way I want it to come up? All right.
I know, but it looks like there's a full house over here, so my internet is running weird. As long as you can hear me, I'm not really tripping.
Yeah, I can hear you. That is weird. Where's my little guy?
I thought he was up there already. You haven't said.
Nah.
What?
I meant to.
Bad boy.
Oh well.
Calling the little Woodstock, Tweety Bird Woodstock guy.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to it.
Nice to hop around and say, I'm going to get some Dominican pizza today.
Here we go. Oh, let me remove this one. Remove and then add. There we go. Happy Friday, everybody.
He's saying, yeah, I'm about to head over to Domenico's. That's right.
And he goes, peace out.
Yes. What's happening? Yeah,
deuces. Plow. But anyway, as we always like to be a little silly too and have some fun. TGIF, everybody. Hope you have a fabulous weekend. Oh, Marcus was about to ask too.
Mama's little baby love short and then. Mama's little baby love short and then. That's what that bird reminds me of. Mama's little baby.
Oh, I remember
Mama's little baby
cartoon.
Dude, I've been sending you some oldie but goodies.
I've been loving every single one of them.
So the Bugs Bunny one was a rip from the Daffy Duck one. But the Daffy Duck one was way better when he was trying to warn Little Red Riding Hood that the big bad wolf was in the house.
Mm-hmm.
He said that in the great big teeth, and then the big wife. Lanny.
Oh yeah, you got a full house over there. Your internet is whack.
Oh God, it is. It's like, it's going back to when it was when I first got here.
Mm-hmm. I guess you won't be pushing the button in a day, huh?
I didn't. That's the main reason why I didn't want to do it. Problems. Well, thank you, people. If you catch my fingers, we out. And when it catches up, there it is.
Hey, we appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend.
All
right. See y'all next week.